Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. And good afternoon and good evening if you're watching the recording later. So, yesterday we were talking about desires and expectations, and I want to go a little bit deeper in that today. There we go. So, I want to go a little bit deeper in that today. So desires, like I said yesterday, can be the tiniest little thing. Something like, oh, I fancy eating an apple pie today. Actually, the weather is perfect for an apple pie today. It's a little cold and raining here. Um, but what happens when we don't drop a thought and we allow it to become a desire and then it runs away with us? It can be all consuming. So I might be on the hunt for an apple pie today, and if I won't get it, I'll get really upset, and then I'll want some custard. If I do get the apple pie, then another thought and a desire will spring forward, and then maybe I'll want some nice hot custard with it. So it's my desires getting out of control because I didn't drop the thought. It's okay, obviously, to have ambition and to want to succeed in your life and walk a path of success with mindfulness, but it's when our desires consume us that it's a problem. So the little desires are the little things, apple pie. And then there are the bigger ones, which are your priorities in life. At some point in my life, I prioritized peace. That's it. It was my number one priority, my number one, I guess, desire, my only desire at some point, which is maybe why I got to where I am, maybe at this age or maybe in this life, I don't know. Um, I don't know if some of you know that I used to work in the Hindi film industry. It's also known as Bollywood. I was an actress and a model, and I was dating um, Bollywood stars. I was dating a billionaire when I got the email from my guru that yes, I can come and meet him. I'd read his book and I just went, this is what I need to do. And the moment I saw that email that yes, I could go and meet him for the first time, everything else paled in comparison. Fame just wasn't a priority. Money just wasn't a priority for me. All those things just weren't. And it was the best decision I ever made in my life. Like I said, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be ambitious. It doesn't mean you shouldn't strive toward a career, hopefully one that's meaningful, that touches other people's lives. But knowing that, yeah, just chasing all those things is not going to bring you peace. I was in a very enviable position where thousands, maybe, hundreds of thousands of girls, women would like to be in that position because social media and conditioning tells us, oh, you need fame, you need money, you need to be liked, you need all of these things to be happy. And it's not true. I had all of that. And that's not where peace lies. It really lies in understanding there's no point chasing my desires. There's no point having expectation of the world to be a certain way. I have to work on myself. I have to go inward. I also have to learn to manage my own emotions. And my emotions, the way I feel, is not dependent on anyone else. So that also brings me again a little bit, we'll touch on expectation. Just like we should not have any expectation of anyone around us to do anything for us or behave in a certain way, they are also not responsible for our emotions. This is why meditation and mindfulness are so important, especially from a young age, to understand that whatever anyone is doing around us, only I am responsible for the way I feel about it, what my reaction is, and what my emotions are. And it's why, again, why it's so important. So think about what your desires are, think about what your priorities are, think about what your expectations are of the world. And also remember that the world and other people around you have just as much expectation of you, if not 100,000 millionfold more, because perhaps they don't know better, but hopefully now you do know better, and you'll understand that it's okay. Everybody expects too much of me. It's normal, it's fine. They don't know any better. My job is to have no expectation of them. It's really, really, really hard, but it's doable. If you find yourself in a situation where the imbalance is so strong, there may be violence, there may be abuse, there may be being taken advantage of, you have to remove yourself from that situation. If you are in a situation where you cannot remove yourself for whatever reason, it could be financial, then you need to find a way to protect your heart and do the best you can. I know many, many women, especially some men, who are in these situations, have been in these situations where they can't leave, and their partners or the people around them expect so much from them. And they just have, those people are saints, in my opinion, because they have learned how to detach, protect their heart, and find a way to survive. Unfortunately, but fortunately, they can do that. So think about what your desires are, think about what your priorities are, think about what your expectations are of other people and what other people's expectations are of you, and find hopefully a healthy balance and work towards peace, hopefully, hopefully. So, oh yeah, I also wanted to mention, I don't know if I had mentioned it before or I wrote I have written it in my blog if you haven't read it yet. I wrote it in the prologue of my series. One of the reasons why I became so like, oh my God, I have to meditate, I have to meditate. I was very, very, very lucky to be given a little snapshot into what it feels like to have a silent mind, because the first time I met my guru, Om Swami Ji, he gave me a blessing. And after he did, when I went back to my room that evening, I had an experience where my mind had gone totally silent and I was experiencing these waves through my body and sensations and buzzing in the center of my forehead. And it was just by one touch from him on my head. And I mean, once you've experienced something like that, you don't want to go back to anything else that you tried to chase after before, because nothing else feels like that, which is why I'm sitting here going, please meditate, please do these mindfulness practices, because once you switch on and you feel and you experience what I feel and what I've learned to now keep at a constant, it's indescribable. It really is. So if you make this a priority in your life, this is what Swamiji says, the rest is commentary. I like it when he says that. So on that note, we'll take some breaths. Take some deep breaths and find the breath in the body. Find the breath in the nose. When you're practicing by yourself later, if while you're going through the steps at any point you find that your mind has wandered off, you haven't gone through the body and the nose and the temperature and which nostril, and you find your mind is already chattering and wandered off, don't worry. All you do is go back to whichever step you remember that you were at last. And you might not remember, you might be like, oh, where was I? Was it the temperature? Was it the nostril? I can't remember. So that's okay. Then you can go back a step to just feeling the breath in the nose and do the temperature in the nostril again. If you're not even sure about that, take some deep breaths, feel the breath in the body, and start again from there. So don't worry if you're not sure which step you are on. So once you've found the breath in the nose, becoming aware of the temperature of the breath, the air passing through the nostrils is warmer as it comes out than when it goes in. Being aware of which nostril is more active at the moment. Allowing your face to relax into a gentle smile with the tongue resting at the roof of the mouth. And just remember that when the eyes are closed, we're not using the eyes to see anything. We're not looking at the back of our eyelids. We're just feeling. The eyes are no use at the moment. Being aware of every single breath. And now we take some deep breaths. And with each exhalation, feel your shoulders drop a little. Release any tension in your shoulders. Become aware of your hands and feet. Allow your palms and your soles to relax. Maintaining absolute stillness. Stillness of the eyeballs also. And remember at this point, if you want to count breaths to help you focus, you can count 3 at a time, 5 at a time, 10 at a time, and take a deep breath in between. Otherwise, just gently be aware of every single breath. And becoming aware of sounds around you, sounds in the distance, sounds nearby. And any sounds within your ears, deep inside, the sound of life coming from within you. Keep being aware of every single breath. And now becoming more aware of any sensations in your hands and feet. And if you can't feel very much, you can take a breath, a deep breath, hold it for as long as comfortably possible. And as you exhale, feel that extra blood flow into your hands and feet. You can breathe in deeply as many times as you need to until you feel some sensations in your hands and feet. It could be warmth, it could be tingling, it could be vibrating, pulsating, anything. And you can use these as an anchor point, all these things that we've gone through the steps. So you can use the sensations in your hands and feet along with the breath. Use the sounds around you. You'll just sit and be aware of every breath for a couple of minutes and using these anchor points to keep coming back in case you lose your focus. If your mind gets distracted, just come back to the breath. Feel the sensations in your hands and feet. Be aware of any sounds in your ears. So tomorrow is our last day, and I'll try and give you any more practical tips, anything that I can remember, anything that I've used along the way. And then after that, for those who would like to continue this as a habit, we'll just meet every day just to meditate together for maybe 10 minutes. We'll see how it goes. I won't be talking so much. I may just give prompts, but the rest is for you to practice. So you're welcome to keep sitting and practice for a bit and maintain this awareness. Take it with you throughout the day. And remember right from the beginning, all the homework, the movement, the steps, the breathing, the sounds around you, the mindfulness prompts, anything. There are apps, by the way, you can also use. You don't have to stick post-its around your house or set alarms. I don't know of any personally, but there are, I'm sure, mindfulness apps that you can use that may give you like a little prompt or something. There's the Black Lotus app, which is what this is. This is the path that I used of mindfulness, meditation, and kindness. So that's one. It doesn't give you mindfulness. Oh, actually, maybe now it does. It might give you mindfulness prompts in notifications. So that's one to try. But try. I remember actually when I was at school, the teachers used to ask us to draw an X in pen just here in if I had to remember something. So you could go that old school and just put a little X on the back of your hand, and every time you see it, oh, breathe. Okay, breathe. Anything like that. Anything. And let me know if you think of other things, other ways that help you be mindful, and we can also share it with others. So I hope you have a beautiful day today, whatever you're doing, and I will see you all here again for the last session. You almost made it tomorrow morning. Take care, everyone. Lots of love to you all. Take care. Bye.